Hey there guys, thanks for tuning in. I want to just quickly show you how to go about using the Ultra Balancer and Super Skin Tones tools within Adobe Premiere. I should point out that I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro 2020 here, but it shouldn't really matter what version you're using, it all effectively works the same way. The other thing I should note is that I am not a Premiere user, so if I do things in odd ways, I apologize in advance. Anyway, this is not very complicated, so it shouldn't take us too long. So I've got a couple of clips just on the timeline here, just some pretty standard stock video, just so I can show you how this works. If you want to use the Ultra Balancer tool, what you need to do is go across into the Color tab, and we need to add an adjustment layer and put that over the top of the clip that we want to confirm or balance. So it's easy to add an adjustment layer in Premiere. Underneath your Media tab, you will have a little new item icon. You click on that and go to Adjustment Layer, and this will just use your project settings, so that's fine for my instance, and I'm just going to grab that new adjustment layer and just drop it over the top of the clip. Now this can be as long or as short as you like, doesn't really matter. At the moment you'll see that it's not doing anything to the clip, and that's intended. We need to add the Ultra Balancer onto the adjustment layer. So we're going to click on the adjustment layer, make sure that that is selected, go across to the Lumetri color panel, and we are going to add a custom input LUT. So I'll choose Ultra Balancer. You could also choose Super Skin, it's effectively working the same way, and we're going to go OK, and you'll see immediately that the clip will change, but only the area of the clip that is under that adjustment layer. So if I move this past the adjustment layer, you can see that the adjustment layer is only sort of affecting just the clip that's directly underneath it. Now the way Ultra Balancer works is it will give you an indication of where, in which direction you need to push colours in order to balance particular parts of the image. So the nice thing about it is that I can have a look at this whole image and I can see what areas of the picture need to be pushed in what direction. So it just gives you a bit of an insight into how the white balance is working within the overall image. So in this case, this one's quite easy. If I just mute that track, what we might do is just aim to make these panels here white, and that should give us a pretty good indication of the whole balance of the whole image. So that's fine. So I'll turn that back on, and there's a wide variety of ways that you could do this. You could use curves or color wheels, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm just going to use this white balance tool here just to show you how it works. And what we need to do is we need to make sure we've selected the clip that we want to adjust. So I've now deselected the adjustment layer and I've selected the clip, and then use whichever tool you like to basically push it until make adjustments until the clip itself is as wide as it can be. Alright, so that's probably, yeah, I'm obviously doing a rough job here, but it'll give you a bit of an indication. Alright, so I have now made those changes to the clip. I can go back to my adjustment layer and I can either mute that track if I want to, or if you want to just delete it, or of course move it somewhere else. We might use it on this other clip, so I'll just leave it in there for now. Alright, so and now we've gone basically from our before shot to our after shot, and you can see that it's warmed it up quite a lot. Now the nice thing about the Ultra Balancer is that I could have chosen all sorts of different parts of the image. So you know, I can see straight away that my choice of using these panels on the back, the kitchen the kitchen panel doors, meant that the white balance of the tiles in the background has gone, you know, a little bit sort of too warm now, and so it's telling me if I preferred to have these white balanced, then I would need to go a little bit more blue. So you know, I can do that, and you can see that the image is changing. So the nice thing about it is that it gives me a lot more control, you know, rather than sort of clicking with the sort of automatic tools and not really knowing what you're getting. You know exactly what your changes are, how your changes are affecting the overall picture. One other quick thing that I'll show you as well is here is another clip that I put in here, and it's, yeah, obviously the theme is dancing today. So this is just another stock image, and this is one of these clips, because it's a stock image or stock video, that you're not entirely sure what has been done with the clip, and you're looking at it and going, oh, I'm not sure if the white balance is quite right on that. So the nice thing about this is it just gives you a really quick way of confirming what is white in the image and what might need to be adjusted accordingly. So in actual fact, this is pretty good. You can see the bridge, which I assume is a pretty neutral color. Concrete is actually already nicely balanced, which is why it's giving us no additional color indication. I mean, it's showing some blue there, so of course we could get the clip and we could push that a little bit out of there, but then it starts to change. You can start to sort of get into lots of messy stuff with that. So the nice thing about this, though, is it just gives you a really quick way of checking whether or not the white balance is correct in what parts of the image. So what I would say with this image is that it probably looks a little bit flat. Knowing that the white balance is correct, I might just bump up the saturation a little bit on it, and that's probably enough to make it look sort of nice and natural. So you can see that it's a nice flexible tool. It doesn't necessarily replace other white balance tools, but it does give you a lot more insight into what is going on, and is very quick and simple way of doing that. So that is the Ultra Balancer within Premiere. You can also use super skin tones in much the same way, just by adding that again to an adjustment layer. And if you're interested in knowing a bit more about that, check out the rest of the videos on my channel. Thanks for watching.